Hello and welcome to this special farewell episode of predictocast. My name is Josh, and with me as always is Skinner. Hey, Skinner.
Hey, Josh, everybody.
So if you've been following along with our rehash episodes this month, you know that the reason we were doing that is because we're kind of going to take the show into a bit of a hiatus and kind of retool some things and figure out what we want predictocast to be going forward. So we just wanted to drop this little reminder of that here on New Year's Eve. We felt like it's a good way to just sort of say farewell to the absolute awful year that 2020 was, and kind of take some time and just sort of figure out what we want things to be in 2021 and beyond.
Josh has been doing some deep research of listening to the other podcasts we do, old podcasts of the same movie we did in the rehashes, and has discovered, hey, when we like the movie, the show is better. So maybe we'll put that into some consideration going forward. Maybe we'll do the exact opposite. Who knows? But we're just going to retool a little bit at some point. Hiatuses sounds scary, but this one isn't too scary because we're not super going anywhere, at least as far as your ears are considered.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way to put that. So you might also not know that we had a Patreon, but we felt like it wasn't really serving what we do very well. We were doing a lot of fun stuff over there, but it was going to a very small number of people because, hey, we're just a random movie podcast that's out there in the world. And, we didn't have a ton of people signed up for Patreon, and we had a ton of awesome episodes that we were doing over there that we felt like people weren't getting to hear, and we didn't feel like it was fair to those folks who were paying if we didn't feel super committed, and if we were taking a hiatus, we didn't want them to keep, feeling like they were going to pay for something if they weren't getting any content. So we kind of shut the Patreon down. The good news for you, the person who didn't sign up for our Patreon, is that you're going to get to hear the episodes that we've recorded over the last 2 years. So starting in January, you're going to start seeing those episodes drop into the predictocast feed. There's a ton of stuff that we've recorded that you haven't heard. Episodes on Bedknobs and Broomsticks, My Blue Heaven, Parents, Rocketeer, Stone Cold, Phone Booth, Blood Fist, Weekend at Bernie's 2, like all episodes that we have recorded that will start dropping into the main feed for you to hear. Those are good episodes. I remember having a lot of fun on the Church Ball episode.
Oh God, Church Ball.
Robo Vampire was a pretty good one. So there is a lot of stuff that you're going to start seeing pop up on the feed, and then as we kind of make our way through those, you'll also start seeing the Erie, Indiana show that we did on Patreon, Center of Weirdness. That's going to start dropping into the main predictocast feed. So we're going to throw in all the episodes that we've already recorded, and then we'll start dropping the new ones that we hadn't gotten to on Patreon yet. So you'll start seeing those drop into your feed in the coming months. And then when that finishes, hopefully by that point, we'll have figured out what we want predictocast to be in its 5th season, and maybe it won't change that much. Maybe it'll just be some slight tweaks here or there. Maybe it'll be completely different. We have no idea. We've talked about some things. We have some ideas, but we're not really set on any one thing yet. So this is also a good opportunity for you. If you have some ideas for us on ways that we could kind of enliven the show, keep it fresh, feel free to drop us a line on Twitter or through email, predictocast@gmail.com. And, we'll take that stuff into consideration. I did see someone tweet at us, actually, who suggested that if we've ever considered watching the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes and then trying to figure out the middle. And I think we had discussed that a long time ago, but we never pursued it. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have some experimental episodes.
Yeah, I saw that tweet and I thought, we did bring that up to ourselves once. One time it was I would watch the start and you would watch the end.
I was thinking of doing that. Yeah, like that might be fun.
That might be fun. We were always trying to figure out if we would then go back and watch the middle part, and we'd end up watching the whole movie anyways, because you kind of have to. But it's not more or less work than we've done. So that's an idea. But if you guys, if you know any real '90s kids who who would remember Erie, Indiana, if you haven't listened to any of the few episodes we kind of dropped early on to get some attention for it, that is I think the funnest thing we do is the Center of Weirdness Erie, Indiana show. So when that starts dropping, listen along. That is going to go to completion. We are going to come to the ending of that show.
Yeah, we will not edge you.
We will not edge you. We have not gotten to Dash X.
We haven't.
Yet.
And we also have committed, at least I think we have, to doing the weird spin-off sequel series as well, Erie, Indiana, The Other Dimension. So that's going to be another set of episodes that will come once we finish the original run of Erie, Indiana. So, stay tuned because there will be stuff coming for that show. There's many more episodes to come for that.
And as always, if you really, really want to help us out, go out and seek out on your podcatchers our other show, or sister show, that is 1/20th as popular as predictocast, Hot Diggity Dog, the Hot Dog Pod, where we watch dog movies and we talk about them and we suffer through them, and we suffer through them with people and by ourselves. But that is also going forward. It is not going anywhere because even though it's 1/20th as popular, it is still a more marketable idea. However, I'm pretty sure I'm always feeling like we're like 1 month away from someone far more popular and talented than us taking that idea and the internet fucking catching fire for it and then kickstarting a dog movie starring the hosts of that show.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Probably we'll be sitting here complaining about it, but it'll happen. It'll be like fucking Dax Shepard or somebody.
Dax German Shepherd.
Well, I think that is going to do it for this little sort of farewell, but we'll see you soon episode. We really appreciate those of you who stuck with us through the last 4 years, who found us along the way, who've listened. We've done this week in, week out since January of 2017. We have not stopped. So it's time for us to kind of take a longer break than we normally do, and just kind of rethink and reshape and hopefully, also this last year's been super exhausting. So we kind of want to just take a break and not have to worry about stuff for a little bit and just sort of figure out what 2021 and beyond is going to look like, not only for our podcast, but just for the world at large. And just kind of see where things are going to go. Because who fucking knows, honestly, with the way that 2020 went, who knows that it's not like we're going to flip over to January 1st, 2021 and things are going to magically be better. We still got a long way to go.
No, yeah, we have a long way to go. I've been working from home and parenting, distance learning for 3/4 of a year. I could use a little bit of a break from sitting at this desk, just a little bit, and then come back and it'll be fresh. It'll be a brand new desk. I'll put new tchotchkes. I have this wonderful holographic glass obelisk that Josh got me for Christmas that has Elf inside of it. And that will, going forward, motivate me to be a better person and a better podcaster.
Yeah, it's like Alf got trapped in the Phantom Zone or something.
It's like in memorial of Elf, yet he still lives in my heart.
Well, from us at predictocast to you and yours, I hope that you have a safe 2021. We'll see you soon in a couple of months. You'll hear us next week, obviously with a Patreon episode. But stick around, stay subscribed, tell your friends, and we'll be back at some point in the future. But until then, I've been Josh.
I've been Skinner.
And until whenever you hear us again, we predict you'll join us. If you like the show, subscribe, rate, and review us over at Apple Podcasts. We're on Twitter and Instagram at predictocast, and you can find our entire back catalog at predictocast.com. Our theme music is by Kyle Sledge. Find more of his work at soundcloud.com/geistmusic. As always, thanks for listening.